The thoughts are something that arise and sometimes they disappear. Fact. So sometimes just a thought pops up, but in the same way, whatever thought you have, it also never stays.
He teaches that the human mind is constantly producing thoughts, just like the heart constantly beats. You cannot stop thoughts from coming, just as you cannot stop breathing. But suffering begins when you start identifying with every thought that appears. For example, if a negative thought arises like, "I'm not good enough," the problem is not the thought itself. It's when you believe it without questioning it. According to Shi Heng Yi, mental health improves when you learn to observe your thoughts instead of becoming them. He often uses the analogy of sitting by a river. Thoughts are like water flowing past you. If you jump into the river, you get carried away. But if you sit on the bank and watch, you remain stable. This is what mindfulness is, creating space between you and your thoughts.
Something must be there before your thought arrives and from which the thought is leaving again. It is that very nice sentence. I'm not sure if you ever had the opportunity maybe to hear, but it's a great teacher. He's called Sadhguru. I'm sure you heard about him, yeah? And he really sometimes puts it really, really nicely. He said, whatever you regard as my car, my house, my body, my thoughts, whatever you regard as my cannot be me. Whatever is yours, your business, your car, your body, your thoughts, yours cannot be you. You must be first in order to have yours. Me must be first in order to call it mine. And this is the shift. This is the very, very essential point of realizing. But if the thoughts come and you have no filter anymore, then what you think you are. What you think, you think this is what you need to do now. What you either need to do or not do. So you are driven by thoughts. And if this is your reality, you get crazy for sure.
Your environment shapes your mind. What you watch, listen to, and who you spend time with all influence the quality of your thoughts. If your surroundings are filled with negativity, your mind will reflect that. That's why he emphasizes discipline, choosing carefully what you allow into your life. He also talks about the importance of training the mind like a muscle. Just like physical strength requires consistent exercise, mental clarity requires daily practice. Meditation, breathing exercises, and silence are not optional, they are essential tools. Even spending a few minutes each day in stillness can help you regain control over your inner world.
Inhale. Arms and hands in front of the heart. And bow. Drop the hands. Left leg. Shoulder wide. Inhale. Exhale. Cross the hands, clench the fists, turn, pull back, look to the left. First position, Mabu. Go. The left foot, turn it out first. Now comes a right slap kick. Hold the balance. Here, look, the hand, the right one is just here, it's one arm. The hand that you are not using, so if the right hand is out and this one you don't use, is here.
This movement calms your mind and resets your nervous system.
If I don't use this hand, this one is here. If I don't use both, they're both here. Only one is out, is here, other one stays. This is back here. Look, back here. So I know if I search for it, I know where it is. Now, next movement. From here, turn into a right gongbu. Protect the right head. with the right arm, strike to the front. Okay, back to Mabu. And go. Gong Bu, go! One more time, back to Mabu. The left foot. The power comes from the left leg. Left leg helps. Push! Okay, now relax a moment. Then, for example, this first movement. Grab. Hard. So somebody grab you. 1, 2, 3.
This releases tension stored in your body.
I can of course try. Okay, I don't use anything, so how? No, so too much energy. I like to relax, you know. So 1, 2, 3. Lift the hand just on top of it, just lie on top of it. Now together with this next movement, for example, 1, 2. Now this time, don't move here. This one, once it's free, it directly goes. So it's that 1, 2. That's why, see, this hand, this one, it's like a hook hand, which moves here down. That's why it's close here to the right leg. See, and it still looks like a hook hand.
This movement will help to release emotional stress through subtle energy control.
After I hook and I'm free, I still have contact here. This one, you see, pull. This one still has like the pulling. Here I pull in, and this one, since it's free, just go out. Okay, try out. Go partner. Left arm, lift up, hook, go. So now in the form, for example, next movement is I want to have power into this one. Yeah, because this is going to be a strike here. But normally, let's say you're here and I want to get here. How do I get power there? This is not the way how you would normally think to get the power. If you want to have power here, first of all I pull it back, boom, and then I get it out. Because here it's out already, it's out, and this is out. How do I make it?
It improves flexibility and emotional release.
So see this coiling movement here? Just a moment. Okay, bam, boom. Yeah, there we had it. So now next movement in the form, yeah, slap kick. I kick here, he bent to the floor. So this one is why the next one, boom, is hitting there. This is why in the form you are here. Slap kick, boom. Mabu, 1. Lift up, open, solar plexus, boom. And hit the sternum. That's why in the form you are here, Mabu.
This builds internal energy and strengthens focus.
Yeah. Here is the arm, then what happens with the arm? It hooks up. 1, it hooks up. One reason why this hook up comes is whatever is down here, you see, I just hook up. That's one possibility. Or if you say, okay, before that was an arm break, so boom, this was the arm break, then here, wham, then I hit there. There are probably more ways how you are able to use this movement, but at least you have some idea how it could be used.